Good morning, students. We have finished this laws of motion derivation part and explanation. Now we will see exercises. Open your textbook. Come to first problem. For simplicity in numericals, numerical calculation, take g is equal to 10 meter per second square. Already they mentioned. Okay, we don't take 9.8. In all the cases, we will take 10 meter per second square. First question, give the magnitude and direction of the net force acting on. Okay. First question, a drop of rain falling down with a constant speed. Okay. Question number 1 in that A. They mentioned in the question constant speed. What did they mention? Constant speed. According to our second law, Newton's second law, what did they mention? So net external force is 0. F net is equal to 0. The state of body, two possibilities are there. What is that? If F net is equal to 0, acceleration is 0. When acceleration is 0, we do have a two states. One is at rest or move with constant velocity. Move with constant velocity. Right? So, no net. Give the maximum direction of the net force acting on it. So, it's moving with constant speed means what? Net force is 0. So, net force is 0. We can answer the direction. Clear? Next. B. A cork of mass 10 gram floating on water. Okay, B, a 10 gram cork is floating like this. What are the forces are acting? This is mg acting downwards, and this thrust or buoyancy force that is act up. This is Fb, floating. So they mentioned floating. See, let us have a. Let us assume, suppose if mg dominates, what will happen? This cork will move down, right? If Fb acts up, it goes up, but it is floating. What does that mean? Net force, F net is equal to 0. Understand? If it's moved down, mg dominates, it's going up, Fb dominates. But that is not happening. They mentioned question, the float means net force is 0. So net force is 0, we cannot say the direction. Next. A kite skillfully held stationary in the sky. Again they mentioned stationary. At rest. Again same explanation. F net is 0. Means kite weight acts downwards, and due to this air, what happened? Thrust is acts upwards on the kite. A car moving with a constant velocity 30 km per hour on a road. They mentioned they are moving with constant velocity. The net force is 0. A high-speed electron in space far from all material objects and free of electric and magnetic fields. Net force is 0. Understand? So no other object is present in the given space. So no force and no charge also present. Only electron is present. So net force is 0. All the cases net force is 0. Next, second one. A pebble of mass 0.05 kg is thrown vertically up. Give the direction and magnitude of the net force on the pebble. Small stone. This is second question. The mass of the stone is what? M is equal to 0.05 kg. So G, they asked us to take 10 meter per second square. Okay. Give the direction. Give the direction and magnitude of the net force on the pebble. First case, during the upward motion. First case, it is going up. When going up, what is that? Downwards. Mg. As it is going up, velocity increases or decreases? Velocity decreases. Let us say v is the final velocity, u is the initial velocity. What happened? As it is going up, final velocity is less than initial velocity. Velocity is changing means what? It is accelerating or decelerating. Acceleration or deceleration is there means what? There is a net force according to this concept. Okay? If the F net is there, F net is not equal to 0, there are two possibilities. It may accelerate or it may decelerate. Okay? Here it is decelerating. What does that mean? Net force is there. Why it is decelerating? Because net force acting downwards. What is? They are asking only direction and also magnitude also. Give the direction and magnitude of the net force and the pebble. So what is dominating here? Mg. So Mg, what is m value? 0.05 into g is 10, 0.5 newtons. Here, let me check this answer. 5. What we are talking? 5.2, question number 1. Okay, yes, 0.5 newtons. During the downward direction, what happened? It goes up, second case, it goes might again falls down. With what force? Mg. This is acting downwards. Again the answer is same, 0.5 Newton downwards. When going upwards, what is the net force direction? Downwards only. During the downwards, net force direction is downwards only. Next, at a height, at the highest point where it is momentarily at rest, do you answer changing the pebble was thrown at an angle 45 with the horizontal direction? Ignore a resistance. Okay, if we throw the pebble like this, what is the net force along the downwards? Because it is not accelerating along its direction. Am I correct or not? I already mentioned in the motion plane. So no force is acting along its direction. Only force is acting along y direction. If it is at maximum height, weight is at downwards. At any point on this path, what is the weight at downwards? Again, what is this answer? 0.5. So there is no change. All the cases, acceleration acting downwards. Net force acting downwards. Next, third one. Give the magnitude and direction of the net force acting on the stone of mass 0.1 kg. Okay, it is just after it dropped from the window of a stationary train. It is dropping from stationary train. Just after its drop. What is the mass of the stone? M is equal to 0.1 kg. G asking us to take 10 meter per second square. When it is stopped, where it goes down. Which force is acting? Gravity force. That is nothing but net force. So what is that force? F is equal to mg. So 0.1 into 10. 1 Newton. Clear? Downward direction. Next, just after it is dropped from the window of train running with constant velocity 36 km per hour. This is first question and second question. What is the velocity? 36 km per hour. 36 into 5 by 18 meter per conversion. 18 once, 18 to 10 meter per second. Okay. It is moving. Train is moving horizontally. We drop the stone. Where it falls? Downwards. Which force is acting? Gravity force. What that force F is equal to The answer remains same. No matter, but this is moving along horizontal, so that will not affect. Horizontal, no force is acting because it's moving with constant velocity. When constant velocity, if we talk, when constant velocity comes, what does it mean? Net force is 0. What is the constant velocity direction? X direction. Along the x direction, net force is 0. So no acceleration along x direction. Only acceleration is there along y direction due to gravity. So that is mg. Again, answer remains in 1 Newton. Next, just after it dropped from the window of train, acceleration with 1 meter per second square. Just after it dropped from the window of a train, accelerating with 1 meter per second square. Third one. Okay, it is accelerating along x direction, that is 1 meter per second square. If the object is in the train, the acceleration of the object is 1 meter per second square because the object is there. As soon as it's separated from the train, which force is acting? Then as soon as it's separated from the train, it's not there in the train. Clear? So if it is there, it accelerates in the train. It is not there. What does it mean? Then acceleration becomes 0. Understand? Then gravity force acts. Due to the gravitational force, it accelerates along y direction. Again, the answer is F is equal to mg. Object is there in the train, then two accelerations are there, along x direction, along y direction. But they are after drop, after release from the train, they are asking which force is acting after releasing. It is not there in the train, right? So only gravity force is acting. So what is the gravity force? F is equal to mg. Again, answer remains same. Lying on the floor of the train with the acceleration 1 meter per second square, the stone being at rest related to the train. Okay, we will see this now. Next, in 3, last one. Lying on the floor of the train with accelerating with 1 meter per second square, the stone is being rest related to the train. Okay. This is D question. It's there. Now it's accelerating. A is equal to 1 meter per second square. Right? They are asking net force. In which direction it is accelerating? Along x direction. In all previous cases, it accelerates downwards. That's why net force we mentioned downwards. Now it is not falling downwards. Clear? So it is accelerating only along x direction, then force F is equal to mv. Which is accelerating? They are asking this object. So object mass is given as 0.1 and acceleration is 1. So 0.1 Newton. So along x direction or along horizontal. Then did not mention x direction, but it is along horizontal. Let me check. It's 5.3. Yeah, what 0.1 Newton in the direction of motion of the train, means horizontal. Next, fourth one. One end of the string of length L is connected to the particle of mass m and other to the small peg on a smooth horizontal table. If the particle moves in a circular with a speed v, the net force on the particle directed towards is on a table. Here it is the situation. It is moving around like this. Clear? It's like that only one end of the string is connected to the particle of mass m and another end is a small peg and a smooth horizontal table. Right. Now it is rotating. Okay? As it is rotating, which force is act? Centripetal force acts. Clear? What will develop in the string? Tension will develop. That will act towards center. Clear? What is the force now? T. Okay, the net force on the particle is T. Clear? Tension in the string. Tension provides the centripetal force. So net force is what? It is tension T. 5.4, yes, tension T. What is T minus mv square by L, T plus mv square by L, and they given 4 options that you will see in the next lesson. Why did they write T minus mv by L? That all you will see next lesson. But according to the question, T is the net force in this case. Next 5.5. A constant returning force 50 Newton is applied to the body, mass 20 kg, moving initially with the speed 15 meter per second. How long does the body take to stop? Okay, this question is fourth one. This question asked in NEET. Same question asked in NEET. This year I think this year or last year, but they asked the same question. Next, fifth one. Fifth one, retarding force F 50 newtons is applied to a body of mass 20 kg. M is equal to 20 kg. Moving initially with a speed 15 meter per second. Initially means u, initial velocity. How much? 15 meters per second. 15 meter per second. Then how long does it take to stop? Stopping means what? Final velocity 0. Why it is stopping? It is not accelerating this force. It is retarding force. Retarding force means it develops deceleration or retardation. If we apply the brakes to the vehicle, what happens? It retards, decelerates. Finally, it comes to rest. They are asking how long it takes to stop. Okay? Which equation is suitable to find T according to these three? U, V, T. Involving equation V is equal to U plus AB. But final velocity 0. 0 is equal to U plus AB. Am I correct or not? T we will write minus U is equal to AB. T is equal to minus U by A. We need to find A. According to Newton's second law, F is equal to ma. A is equal to F by m. But it is retarding or accelerating? Retarding. Retarding means negative. Clear? A substitute in this. T is equal to minus u by minus f by m. Minus minus cancel. T is equal to um by f. According to given question, we need to change the formula using known equations, kinematics and force. Now, P is equal to U value I know what is dimension 15. M is what? 20. M is 20 and F is 50. Correct or not? U by A, you are right. 0, 0, cancel, 5 ones, 5 3s. T is equal to 6 seconds. It takes 6 seconds to start. Clear? When deceleration comes, we need to take minus. If we do not take, in the answer we will get minus, that's all. We will get correct answer only. Then 6 seconds. Okay? In the same question, sometimes we do expect what is the deceleration. Then how do you get directly here? Fn 50. What is mass? 20. 0, 0, cancel. It is 2.5 meter per second square. Minus is there. Minus stands for what? deceleration. Okay, or calculating A here and substitute it. This is direct form. It's depend on how we are doing. Okay, these two methods are correct. Next, sixth, a constant force acting on a body of mass 3 kg changes its speeds from 2 meter per second to 3.5 meter per second in 25 seconds. The direction of the motion of the body remains unchanged. What is the magnitude and the direction of the force? Now we are doing sixth problem. Okay, constant force is acting. F we need to find. 3 kg mass, M is equal to 3 kg. Its changes speed, U is equal to 2 meter per second to V is equal to 3.5 meter per second. In how many seconds it is acting? T is equal to 25 seconds. The direction of the motion of the body remains unchanged. What is the magnitude and direction of the force? Already F they are asked. Okay. According to Newton law, F is equal to ma. A we need to find using this information UVT. What is the relation UVT? What is the relation UVT? This one. From a kinematic equation, how do we write A is equal to V minus U by T? From this equation. Clear? This equation I am saying. Then required force F is equal to M into, we can write V minus U by T. What is M? 3. What is V? 3.5 minus 2 by 25. So this will be 1.5. 3.5 minus 2, 1.5. So 3 into 1.5 by 25. Did they mention 25 seconds? Yes, 25 seconds, right. Now this is, how do we calculate? Five okay, 0.9 by 5. This is equal to 0.1 58 newtons. 0.18 newtons. Clear? Which question is sixth question? Ah, 0.18 Newton. Which direction they are acting? In the direction of force. There are two ways. Here I substituted directly. You can calculate A here. You will get the acceleration. What is that? 3.5 minus 2 by 25. You can calculate acceleration here, or then you can substitute directly here. Mass value, acceleration value. But we are done at a time. All substituted in one form. Okay, we'll see the next one. Now, seventh one. A body of mass 5 kg is acted upon by two perpendicular forces 8 Newton and 6 Newton. Give the magnitude and direction of the acceleration of the body. They are asking the acceleration magnitude and the direction of the acceleration. How many forces are acting? Two forces, but perpendicular to each other. Seventh question. 5.7. Five kg mass is there. This m is equal to 5 kg. One force is acting like this. Let us say this is F1. Another force is acting like this. F2. They are perpendicular. Okay. F1 you take it 8 Newton. F2 you take it F1 is 8 Newton. F2 is 6 meters. Right. F1 8 Newton, F2 6 meters. They are asking acceleration as well as direction. To find the acceleration, according to second law, what is that? Two forces are acting, we can write F net is equal to ma. A is equal to F net by m. Then how do we find F net? So, two forces are acting, F net is nothing but a vector sum of two forces or resultant of two forces. How do we write resultant formula? Under root of a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. Their vectors are ab. Here vectors are f1 and f2. So this is f1 square plus f2 square plus 2f1 f2 cos theta. What is the angle between these two? They are perpendicular. Theta is equal to 90. This theta is direction. This theta is angle between two vectors. This I am substituting here. Cos 90 0. Then under root of f1 square plus f2 square under root of what is f1? 8 Newton. H square plus 6 square. This is under root of 64 plus 36 is 100. Root 100 is 10 Newton. F net is 10. Then A is equal to 10 by what is the mass? 5 kg. So 2 meter per second square. We need to find the direction. See, acceleration is always acts in the direction of net force. This is F1 and this is F2. Net force will act in this direction. F net. This is angle theta. We are calculating with respect to F1. Angle is F1. If you draw this vector here, this will be F2. F2 is parallel, sliding vector is not effective. Then how do you find theta? Tan theta. Tan theta is equal to what? F2 by F1. What is F2? 8 Newton. Sorry, 6 Newton by 8. This is 3 by 4. So theta is equal to tan inverse of 3 by 4. So this acceleration 2 meter per second square acts in the direction of what is this? Tan inverse. Tan inverse of 3 by 4. Tan inverse of 3 by 4. This is the magnitude, this is the direction. This theta is direction of acceleration. This theta is angle between two forces here. So don't confuse. Next, eighth problem. The driver of three-wheeler moving with a speed of 36 km per hour sees a child standing in the middle of the road and brings his vehicle to rest in 4 seconds, just in time to save the child. What is the average retarding force on the vehicle? The mass of the three-wheeler is 400 kg and mass of the driver is 65 kg. Okay. First we will try to write mass. This is 8th problem. Where was the driver? In the vehicle. What is the vehicle mass? 400. So driver was there in the vehicle. So the total mass of the system is what now? 400 plus 65. Am I correct or not? So this is 465 kg is the vehicle mass. He applied the brakes and it is moving with a velocity u is equal to initially 36 kilometers per hour. This we need to convert into meter per second. 36 into conversion factor 5 by 18. 18 ones, 18 twos, 10 meter per second. He applied the brakes. Okay, brakes produce the starting force. Why he applied the brakes? To avoid the accident. So the child was standing on the middle of the road. So final velocity will become 0. Right? What did they ask? He stopped in how many seconds? T is equal to 4 seconds. T is equal to 4 seconds. Okay? What is the average retarding force they are asking? Why? By applying the force, by applying the brakes, retarding force developed, that they are asking. So F is equal to, F is a question mark. According to formula, F is equal to NA. We need to find A. We have the information U, initial velocity, final velocity, time. Which equation is helps to find A? Already we have done. First kinematic equation, V minus V is equal to U plus A. From that, A I can write. How do we write? V minus U by T. A is equal to minus U by T. Okay? They are already mentioning retarding force. So retarding force means it will come in negative. Okay? So substitute this. A first calculate, or you can substitute directly here. Minus, what is U? 10. How many seconds taken? 4. A is equal to 2.5 meter per second square. Then force. Mass is what? 465 into minus 2.5. Okay? Then do the product, you will get the answer in newtons. Don't leave the space. I asked you to do product. Understand? Clear? Next. Ninth one. Ninth one, a rocket with a lift of mass 20,000 kg is blasted upwards with an initial acceleration 5 meter per second square. Calculate the thrust of the blast. Okay, 9. Okay, this is the situation. What is the mass of the rocket? Mass of the rocket is 20,000 kg. Mass of the rocket is, I will write here. Or yes, mass of the rocket 20,000 kg. So it is accelerating up. A is equal to 5 meter per second square. They are asking thrust. Okay. So when fuel burns, this develops the thrust. Thrust will act upwards. Like take it as a TH. This is thrust. Weight acts downwards. Okay? It is accelerating upwards or downwards. It is accelerating up. Let us say with an acceleration A. If you draw the free body diagram, what are the forces are acting? Thrust acting upwards, mg acting downwards, accelerating up. What did they ask? Thrust they asked. Thrust is nothing but a force. Which direction is which direction? Acceleration. Acceleration direction is up. What does that mean? Which force is dominating? Thrust dominating. Thrust minus mg is equal. This is the net force. Use the acceleration in the system. M into A. Mass of the rocket and acceleration. Now they are asking thrust. You make the thrust subjective. Ma plus mg. What is common? M common, A plus g. Substitute the values. Mass is 20,000. Acceleration 5. G asking us to take 10. So 5 plus 10, 15. 15 into 20,000. 20,000 into 15. You do this calculation, that will be the answer. Clear? So, some people will do directly, follow this formula, F is equal to mA, because mass given, acceleration is given. Understand? They did not ask the force, they are asking thrust. Thrust is acts, that thrust lifts the rocket in upward direction, that they are asking. Thrust is acting against the gravitational force. Understand? Not only against the gravitational force, and it is accelerating the rocket with A. So thrust is more than the gravitational force. So by drawing free body diagram, we can understand clearly. You can take one, that's your interest. I taken thrust TH. You can take another letter also, that's not an issue. Clear? You take it a single letter also, but you must have a clarity. Which word you are using, why you are using. Understand which letter is representing is important. That means in the next form. Okay, next 10th one. This 10th question we will discuss in the last, because the given time negative. So it takes some time to understand that. So in the last I will explain this problem, 10th problem. Remember, next 5th one, 11th one. A truck starts from rest and accelerates uniformly at 2 meters per second square. At t is equal to 10 seconds, a stone is dropped by a person standing on the top of the truck, 6 meters high from the ground. What are the velocity, acceleration of the stone at t is equal to 11 seconds? Okay, it's a very interesting question and thinking question. Okay, so now 11th one. A truck starts from rest and accelerates uniformly at 2 meters per second square. Right? This is the truck. Initially at rest, right? So u is equal to 0 and it accelerates. A is equal to 2 meters per second square. 2 meters per second square. A stone is dropped by a person standing on the top of the truck, 16 meters above, 6 meters high from the ground. Okay. What are the velocity, acceleration of the stone at t is equal to 11 seconds? How many seconds it accelerates? Did they mention? Okay, truck starts from uniformly, accelerate uniformly at 2 meters per second. At 10 seconds, a stone is released. Okay. There was a person on this truck. When t is equal to 0, truck was here. Assume at t is equal to 10 seconds. Truck is here. Clear? So what do we expect changes final velocity? Final velocity will be u plus 80. So v is equal to 0 plus a is what? 2. In how many seconds it accelerates? 10. So v is equal to 20 meters per second. Now this person, he dropped the stone, it falls the downward direction. Right? Am I correct or not? Yes or no? And they are asking at 11th second, what is the velocity and acceleration of the object they asked. Here it is a truck. When t is equal to 11th second. Am I correct or not? The person was there. You expect somewhere here stone was there, it's falling down. What is the time gap between this instant and this instant? Gap is 1 second. Okay? Understand? Now, Actually, the total journey 11 seconds. But 10 seconds to 11 seconds, what is that? 1 second. What is the difference? Question. At the 10th second he released, and at 11th second he is asking velocity and acceleration. Okay, what is the gap between this event to this event? Only 1 second. Okay, in this 1 second, it has velocity along x direction, right? It has velocity along y direction. Okay, what is the height of the stone? It is dropped here 1 second gap. This is the height from the ground is 6 meters. Okay. Now acceleration, once it's separated from its hand, it do not have till 10 seconds. It has acceleration along x direction. There is a ax. Once it's dropped, ax will be 0. Then ax is 0 because it was not there in the hand. It was not there in the person's hand. Clear? Once it is released, it's falling down. Then ay is equal to what? See, because of g, it is falling down. Okay? So, at 11 second, body has which will have two velocities, along x direction, along y direction. First, I will try to find out velocity. Clear? Vx is equal to what? Ux plus ax t. So, ux on 10th second, what is the velocity? Here, 10th to 11th second. At the 10th second, final velocity is equal to initial velocity at 11th second. Am I correct on that? So, here, what is that? 20 plus, what is the ax on 11th second? 0 into 1. So, Vx is 20 meter per second. Next, Vy. Vy is equal to what? Uy plus ay t. What is the initial velocity along y direction? They drop. They drop to means what? Uy is equal to 0. So, this is 0 plus what is ay? This is g value asking us to take 10 meter per second square. 10 into. In how many seconds? It travels along y direction. 10th to 11th second. Only 1 second. So Vy is equal to 10 meter per second. So how do we write final velocity? Final velocity is equal to, this is Vx I cap plus Vy j cap. But it is along y direction falling down, so this will be minus. Then magnitude is V is equal to under root of Vx square plus Vy square. Then V is equal to under root of, what is x? 20 square plus y 10 square. Then this will be 400 plus 100. Then root 500. This we can write 10 root 5 meter per second. This is acceleration. This is velocity at 11th second. What is the acceleration at 11th second? 10 meter per second square along y direction. So let me check this answer. It is which question? 11th question. Clear? 11th. Yes, root 500 and 10 root 5 meter per second, and acceleration is 10 meter per second square vertically downwards. And they calculated direction also. How do you find the direction? If Vx is along x this direction and Vy is this direction, net result will be like this. If you want to be the x axis theta, this is actual V. Slide Vy here. Then what do you get? Tan theta is equal to opposite side Vy by Vx. Okay. Vy is downwards, you take it minus, then tan theta is equal to Vy value in, what is the Y value? 10 by 20, 0 cancel, minus, understand? So tan theta is equal to minus 1 by 2. Theta is equal to tan inverse of minus 1 by 2. Okay? Clear? Next, 12. A bob of mass 0.1 kg hung from the ceiling of a room by a string 2 meter long. It is said oscillation. The speed of the bob at mean position is 1 meter per second square. What is the trajectory of the bob if the string cut when the bob at one of the extreme position at its mean position? Length is 2 meters. Now, if we displace this and release, bob will oscillate like this. Here, if suppose this place to here and release, it goes back and it reaches this side, extreme position, again comes to, actually this position is mean position, these two are extreme positions. Okay, then it is oscillating. When it is at mean position, V given, what is that V? 1 meter per second square. At mean position, V is equal to 1 meter per second. These two are extreme position, this position is mean position. Now first, what did they do? They cut at extreme position and mean position. What is the velocity at extreme position? It's going here, again coming back. Momentarily its velocity is 0. Here also momentarily velocity is 0. Momentarily. Just stop and momentarily fraction of second. Again come back. Now, here it is bob. Velocity is 0. If you made a cut here, what do you mean? What happens? Velocity 0. Then immediately it drops, falls down. Clear? Next. Now it is coming back. First case we made a cut and it falls down. Next again it is oscillating. Again we join. Again it is oscillating. It is in extreme position. Now it comes to mean position. At mean position, what is its tendency? It is going in this direction. Am I correct or not? With what velocity? 1 meter per second. If you made a cut here, then what will happen? It will not fall because it is moving in this direction. Until unless apply the force, its state will not change. What is it? It's moving with a constant velocity. Then what happens? This bar, if you made a cut at mean position, it's travel like this. Because it has an initial velocity. It's follow parabolic path. First cut at extreme position, it falls downwards. Of course, now at this position or at this position will be same. Now it is coming back. If we made a cut, then it will fall down. It will fall like this. If it is moved that direction, if we made a cut, then it will fall like this. Understand? Actually, its tendency is like this. It falls little. Momentarily it falls like this. But that's not a big issue. But at exactly mean position, if you made a cut, it moves straight and fall. Actually, it moves straight and fall like this. If it is comes when it comes back, if you made a cut, it falls from that side. Understand? We will see the next question. This is very, very important. 13th question is important model question. A man of mass 70 kg stands on a weighing scale in the lift which is moving upwards with an uniform speed, downwards with uniform acceleration, upwards with uniform acceleration. And what would be the reading if the lift mechanism failed and falls down freely under gravity? Okay. First we will try to frame formulas, then we will try to substitute. So this is which question? It is 13. Formulas are very, very important. This is the lift. Here weight machine is there. A person is standing. Now lift is going up with an acceleration A. Let us assume. What are the forces act? Weight will act downwards, mg. Normal reaction act this weighing machine reads the normal reaction. Then free body diagram, if you draw normal reaction upwards, weight is acting downwards, it is acceleration upwards. Okay, mass of the person is m. According to this figure, which is dominating? Acceleration in the direction, normal reaction. So normal reaction is dominating. N minus mg. This is the net force, which is this net force accelerating. So m into a. Understand? What the weighing machine reads which one? Normal reaction. So they will n subject to n is equal to ma plus mg. So n is equal to m is common, a plus g. This is the first case. Second case, same lift, person is standing on the weighing machine, person mass m, now accelerating down. Same forces, mg acts downwards, normal reaction acts upwards. Okay, free body diagram. mg acts downwards, normal reaction acting upwards, acceleration downwards. In which direction acceleration was there? mg direction. What does that mean? mg dominating. So mg minus n is equal to m into a. This net force is equal to mg. We are calculating n. Clear? So mg minus ma is equal to n comes this side. Then n is equal to, how do you write? M is common, g minus a. Clear? So when y is going up, formula is this one. When coming down, this is the formula. Clear? M into g minus a. Next one, suppose it's moving with constant speed. Lift is moving with constant speed or moving up with constant speed, moving down with constant speed. Clear? This is mg and person standing, normal reaction up, acceleration 0. Clear? Then what will be the answer? N is equal to mg because no acceleration. In these two equations, if we substitute a is equal to 0, velocity v constant means constant speed means acceleration 0. In these two equations, if we substitute a 0, you will get mg because n they are calculated. Now, with the lift falling freely, lift is falling. This is the person standing here. mg acting downwards, normal reaction up. A is equal to g. Freely fall means a is equal to g. This is freely fall. Free fall. A substitute here. So n is equal to m into g minus g. Then answer is 0. So please keep this point in your mind, how to frame the formulas based on the acceleration direction. This one very important. This one also important. Constant, if it is moves with constant velocity up and down, this is mg. It is lift accelerating up, lift accelerating down. So already information given in the textbook, masses and accelerations, you can find the answers. Remaining problem we'll see in the next class.